Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles, and on this episode we're walking in Memphis. Topic of this Walking in Memphis, USWA from September 27th, 1997. Now there's a couple things I want to go over in the beginning here. First, the audio on the video I'm reviewing is pretty bad. The video itself jumps a little bit, and this seems to be a recording of Memphis's or USWA's secondary show, which is more of a highlight / recap show. With that being said, if you do want to watch the video, it's down here in the description before you listen to my review. I do review everything on a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. For Walking in Memphis, we go from segment to segment, basically commercial break to commercial break. We start the show with James Beard, who's joined by Rugged Ron Price, who Ron Price wants to say something, but Beard says they don't have time. He'll get his chance later. We go right into a match with Flash Flanagan versus Wolfie D, and this was a little weird, and I'll explain it here in a minute, and I'll explain more later. We get a little bit of a match. Ultimately, the match gets called. They go to a draw when they're out of time for the show, which I knew they weren't because there was still about 45 minutes left on the video I was watching. And I'm going to talk about this more in depth later in this video, but at least this part of it was out of place here, but still, just a little strange. I'm giving it a 3. I thought it was a good match. A weird ending, especially being the first thing that you officially see on the show. That's followed up with a highlight package of Jerry the King Lawler and Curt Hennig's feud from 1988, which is kind of what this highlight show would do. They would intersplice classic highlights with current highlights, and classic matches with current matches. I mean, this is awesome. What can you say about Jerry Lawler and Curt Hennig, two of the preeminent wrestlers of their decade, of their time? Great highlights here. I'm giving this a 5. After that, we come back to a highlight package of Billy Joe Travis and the things that he's done since coming back to USWA. That leads us right into an interview where James Beard is out with Dutch Mantell, who has Doomsday with him, which if you don't know, Doomsday is Kane. They bring out a masked wrestler that's joining their stable, and it's immediately he takes his mask off to say he's Billy Joe Travis, which draws out Brian Christopher, which was highlighted in the video package before this that him and Christopher have been feuding with each other. The three men get the upper hand on Christopher, which draws out Jerry the King Lawler to run them off. This is a great segment. You know, basically your classic Memphis studio brawl. They seem to happen pretty much every week. I'm giving this a 4. I thought it was very entertaining. Next, we get a match with Billy Joe Travis versus Lance Cade, and it's not the Lance Cade from WWE, or at least I don't think it is. It doesn't look like him, and I want to say that the Lance Cade from WWE was trained in Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy. I might be wrong though. If I'm wrong, let me know down here in the comments. This is just a basic glorified squash match. Billy Joe Travis does pick up the win. It was good. I can't say it was great. I'm giving it a 3. Next, we get another historic video. It's a music video set to the song The Boy from New York City, and if you know whose song that was, you automatically know who they were highlighting. They show us highlights over the years of the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, and this is great because Jimmy Valiant's great. He's highly entertaining. He wasn't the greatest in-ring performer of all time, but he was definitely an entertaining wrestler. This is a great little package. I'm giving the package a 5. That's followed up with a tag team match. We get PG-13, JC Ice and Wolfie D going up against Flash Flanagan and Steven Dunn. And again, we're seeing a little bit of weirdness because now we have Flanagan and Wolfie D again. It's a pretty decent match. It gets going, but then Paul Diamond and Rex King come out because they're in a 3-team feud at this point, and basically the match gets thrown out. Thought this was good. I don't think it ever really got off the ground though. I'm giving it a 3. Then we come back from commercial again, and we go to Flash Flanagan versus Wolfie D, which if it sounds familiar, that was what we mentioned in the beginning of the show. It's the exact same match with the exact same outcome. They run out of time. It ends up being a draw. I gave it a 3 earlier. I'm giving it a 3 now. Then we're followed up by them going off the air. Ron Price finally gets his time to talk. He starts talking, and the show basically throws up its graphics. You can hear him talking, which was pretty cool. All in all, this felt a little disjointed, and with the audio issues, it was less enjoyable to watch this than some of the other weeks that I've watched. I feel like I'm more willing to accept bad visuals than bad audio, and it's not even bad audio. The audio was in and out and choppy. Like, if the audio was just low, I'd accept that more, but cutting in and out, kind of made it hard to watch. Overall, I'm going to give this a 3. There was some greatness here, but just the sound quality, and obviously the video quality is not great either, but it was what it was. I expect the video quality to be what it was for 1997. I expected a little bit of better audio though. So again, I'm giving it a 3. With all that being said, if you made it here to the end, let's smash that like button, share the video, subscribe if you haven't. If you see where it says join, that's how you become a channel member. Becoming a channel member definitely helps out. If you made it to the end, give me Boogie Woogie Man in the comments for Jimmy Valiant. With all that being said, my name is George Coles, and we've been walking in Memphis.